Hi, Tyler Dawn Rosenquist, The Ancient Bridge, and this is one of my I Just Feel Like It videos. You guys might know I've done a big shakeup in my ministry, and I'm just not going to be ministering. I have been ministering every day, literally, just about literally, for 4 years now, and it just got to be exhausting. I was doing a children's video every week. I was writing every day on Facebook little inspirational or educational blurbs. And I was doing blogs. Of course, I gave up mostly on the blogs. Oh, in the spring, and now I'll probably maybe do one a month. We'll see, and maybe one video like this a month, and one kids video a month. Well, we'll just see how it goes. But I wanted to share something really, really cool with you. Something, and if I look calm, it's because I am calm. It's nice only having to write books and just studying all the time and spending my last 2 years with my boys who are not getting any younger, unfortunately, because they were so cute. Anyway, I had this, 2 weeks ago, I did this video on remembering joy where God really spoke into my life in a big way. So if you haven't seen that one, I recommend that one before this one. But I was like just floating. I was learning how to have joy, okay? And I was just really, really happy. And then I had a dream. As a matter of fact, I had 2 dreams in a row, and they were horrible. They were so upsetting. The first dream was this person in my life who I love desperately, and I have always tried to please my entire life. But I was never able to please. And I had this dream where they really just, they rejected me, and I ran. Matter of fact, I ran to the east, which is funny because whenever you see someone going to the east, it means exile. It's not good. It's, it's heading in the wrong direction. And then so as I was set there, and I'm going, happy place, happy place, happy place. And by the way, I want you to know this. See, I watch myself because I'm doing this on my laptop. My teeth, look at this. I may be short. I may have wrinkles. And I may have a pug nose. But doggone it, I never had braces. God is the best dentist on earth. He didn't give me anything, but dang, he gave me teeth. Okay, there is an overbite though. But, I take what I can get. So, yeah, I'm in a good mood, obviously. So the next night I had this really bad dream, and I could not get into a happy place, not for days. I was very upset. In this dream, this person that I've loved desperately all my life, who have always done everything I could to please, even becoming like this person in bad ways. Oh, by the way, there's my husband's evil cat, Sunflower, behind me. She is evil. Yeah, really evil. So in the dream, really was confirmation. This person told me that not only didn't they love me, but they actually hated me, and they didn't like me as a person. And I was like reeling I'm going, what the heck's going on here? This is just like, what the heck? And it really devastated me. The thing is, it wasn't telling me anything that I actually didn't know. It was just stuff that I'd been trying to ignore because, when we have these unpleasable people in our lives, people that for whatever reason do not like us, never have, and frankly, never will, we get into this attitude where we believe somehow we can earn their love. If we're just good enough, if we just, in my case, if I'm just accomplished enough. But, it never worked. Here I am, 48 years old. Bad strategy. It is not working. So finally, I'm coming home from the store one day, and I've got this in my mind because I haven't been able to get it, and I haven't been able to do my think of a happy thought, breathe out, get joy. And I hadn't been able to do that. And I finally I'm thinking, how can I have to just cut this person out of my life forever. That's the only solution. That's the only sane thing to do. And I did that for a while once. And it was actually good because I was not in a good place at the time. But finally I went and I started thinking about Yeshua, Jesus. And I thought, he walked for all those years with Judas. I mean, who he knew was going to betray him, who he knew was a thief, who he knew was a destructive person to be around. And yet what did he do? He traveled with him, he taught him, he loved him. And on the cross, he's hanging there and he's still loving people. And the fact that he was there at all proved that he loved people who hated him. And so I thought, and I was just thinking to myself, I thought, I keep saying that, you know, we need to be able to do anything, to be willing to do anything to become more like our Master, more like Yeshua, more like Jesus. And I just said, God, I don't want to love this person anymore. It hurts to love this person. And knowing what I know now and really facing the truth, it's even worse. And I'm afraid that loving this person will be more pain than I can bear. I said, but, I know what you're telling me. I recognize that loving this person is the price I have to pay to become more conformed to the character of Yeshua. I am willing to do this. I am willing to have you change me to the point where I love this person day in and day out, knowing that this love will never be returned. So, anyway, so the next morning I wake up and things are drastically different, you know, and that's how these things, it's almost like you get reprogrammed at night. Sometimes it happens like right away. Usually with me it takes overnight, like, you know, I got to go in for repairs and you can only do that when, you know, I'm powered down. But the next day, and this is, you know, this was the day I made my announcement. In the morning I realized it was never in my power to have this person approve of me. And you know what? I can tell when they're talking to me and saying mean things. I watch their face. They feel guilty about the fact that they just don't like me, and they never have. And I don't even think they know why they don't like me, because gosh, my whole life has just been poured out trying to impress them, please them, be like them, you know. And, but like I said, that moment where it's like, I've been killing myself in ministry, killing myself in, when I worked myself just about to death when I was 27, had a stroke, you know, 27. Doctors thought I was on drugs. They couldn't even find aspirin in my system when they blood tested me. Oh, well, I don't think they blood tested me for that, but you couldn't have. I just, you know, I lived with chronic headaches and just worked myself so hard. All the time, going, always trying to accomplish, always trying to be successful. And you know, and I went into ministry with that too. Now, don't get me wrong. I do what I do because I'm called to do it. However, the reason I overdo it is because I've been trying to be worthy of this person's like and love. And it's not within my power to do that. It never was. He doesn't like me. He doesn't love me. That's not going to change. I don't think he can help himself. It is what it is. And so I realized that I was just chasing this dream and killing myself in the process and really shortchanging everything that I want to do in the ministry, because I don't want kids to be doing this. I don't want people to look at my example. Because people say all the time, I don't know how you do it. You know, you study all the time, you write all the time on the internet, you're talking to people, answering questions, you're doing this, you're making videos, and you're a special needs mom, and blah, 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 and a wife, and all this stuff. How do you do it? Well, I shouldn't have been doing it. I was just trying to do everything. I thought if I did everything, then there was no way that I could be disapproved of. I was wrong, okay? Because it had nothing to do with my accomplishment. It has to do with the fact that somebody who should love me doesn't and has never liked me as a person. What am I going to do? There's nothing I can do. But killing myself wasn't the answer. And when God just brought me to this realization, it was so freeing. And I realized that God doesn't demand that I kill myself. And if I would just tone things down, that I would be able to get what I am called to do done. And what I am called to do is write children's curriculum books, or curriculum books for people who want to learn the basic things at a real easygoing pace that doesn't make them feel stupid, like the books that I read make me feel stupid sometimes. And there's a lot of freedom in that. Oh, and I wanted to share one other thing. See, I've always had a lot of problems with shame. And a lot of you know what I used to write before I was writing, stuff, biblical stuff. And we don't need to talk about that right now because I'm on the record. People know. But we were coming back from the Grand Tetons this weekend, where we live an hour and a half away. Be jealous. I don't care. We went hiking. It was a great day. And out of nowhere, these memories of these sins that I committed just came upon me, and usually they shame the heck out of me. And I was just feeling so... And because I've been working on this joy thing, something weird happened that never happened before. And I thought, why am I focusing on the shame when I can't do anything about that? It was before I was saved, Excuse me. It was before I was saved. Why don't I count it as joy that I'm not even tempted anymore? That's repugnant to me. I mean, it's so far in my rearview mirror that I couldn't drive back and find it if I tried. And all of a sudden, I was just thrilled. And since then, and I think this was a big important thing that had to happen before the other thing, and since then, I've just been so... I'll think of my past things that used to just crush me, things that I can't do anything about because I'm not even that person anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong. I take full responsibility for everything I did and everything I do now. But I recognize the difference between feeling bad for something I'm doing now and I'm not being properly repentant of, and something that is in the rearview mirror and nothing can be done about. And if I could perform restitution, I have. If I've done all I can do, I'm just so grateful. I'm not involved in that life anymore. I mean, wow. Hallelujah. That is so amazing. Anyway, so that's just my little update, and I hope that helps somebody out because, it's freeing. Recognizing that sometimes people hate us. People don't like us as people. We don't know why. And unless we're actually jerks or sinners and have hurt them, which in this case, wasn't the case, unless we're doing something wrong, it's out of our control and we need to let it go. We need to just recognize that. If they do hate us because of us, then we need to change. Absolutely. But if it's just a matter of personal preference, let it go. I will not sing. No, I will not sing. Anyway, so having a wonderful sabbatical, and I miss y'all, but I don't miss y'all. It was just eating me alive, and I am getting so much done right now. I am 18 chapters into image-bearing idolatry and the new creation, context for kids. And I'm 5 chapters into Jesus' days of joy, Purim, Pentecost, and Passover. Purim, Passover, and Pentecost. And yes, I do have documentary evidence that Yeshua, Jesus, would have kept Purim. Very cool, huh? All right, and I've been studying the synagogues. I'm having a great time studying stuff for the books I'm doing and not focusing on studying this political situation, Israel stuff that I did, and the first century political, not today's political, no. Anyway, this video is getting long because I'm rambling. Anyway, I love you. Have a wonderful Sabbath, wonderful weekend, and praying for you. Please keep praying for me. Bye-bye now.